Zaato. Zaato say nyane dian. Zaato akwa kanto kwa kesiye ende anopai. Ewo Good Morning Ghana Jumadi so ewo Metro TV. Na eye Kevin Taylor ena Zaato akwa kano. Na entokwa na Zaato peno. Obe chese de nsabe kanto kwa kama pa. Ya ne nsabe kanto kwa no. Na eye deba asem ena aba. Ni etie niye. Muka say recently, eba beto dwase ya chi Abronye ewo aban kukumu. Na due to that no, ena Zaato akotena Metro TV so a wo kanensem. Na according to him no kire say yeti krom hana Kevin Taylor ba Ghana last year ena omuma na security protection. Say arrest warrant dan so say nka ye chi no. But Kevin Taylor ba Ghana no ya nchi no na esa man protection edi ne kopie mu court. Ena ye warrant ne free so ena oye free man ena osan call back no didi nkrofo atem na se ye tumeja Kevin Taylor man na anti freely na Abronye DC crucify na and the odo Zaato hu ne say ye witchcraft ye beye mu because Kevin Taylor di atem Abronye so di atem de ede na ke ti di atem na Abronye di atem na eja Kevin Taylor na ye chi Abronye ede ne kwashem ensema o kan no muma ye ntie na ye nto aso from there.
I wanted to add something small. You see, I generally agree with what Doctor is saying about the need for us to, for want of a better word, be more decent in our political narrative. But you see, it is a background. I don't like it, but there's a gentleman called Kevin Taylor.
Okay.
You know him?
Yes, I know.
You know him?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I also see excerpts of some of the things he said.
No, you know him? You
I
see
don't know
him?
him personally.
No, I'm saying you've seen him.
Yes.
This man walked into this country chest out. Had the full protection of the state. When the jail judiciary had made rulings against him, when no ordinary human being in Ghana should have gotten that amount of protection. Until finally he ended up in the court. And the court literally absolved him of all his sins. Then he's gone back and he's continued what he's doing. If you supported or provided shelter for Kevin Taylor and today you are condemning Abronye, that is witchcraft. If you thought that Kevin Taylor had the right to do whatever he's doing and still doing it, still insulting people, and then Abronye is the bad one, that is not only hypocrisy, it is the height of what? Witchcraft. And I'm saying this because that is what we are doing. That is the false equivalency we are giving people. That you think that once somebody's commentary supports me, that person should have some amount of what? Cover up. But once somebody's commentary doesn't. Mama said when we justify this and we provide political coverage, political support for these people, and that's why betrayals happen. Look, I've said it. If you are in a democracy, these things are baked into the cake. People will be responsible in the way they talk. People will be. When you keep weaponizing this thing and heightening it, it leads to something. And I'm saying that let's take the pedal off the cast more. Let's sit down and build some tolerance for some of these small things. Not like what is it? And then we begin to say that let's allow. Because again and again, as I said, power corrupts and absolute power will always corrupt. Absolutely.
But but do you made a very strident statement about Kevin Taylor, and your claim is that Kevin Taylor has come into this country a few times under state protection. Do you know that as a matter of fact?
Well, I'm not a lawyer,
Yes.
but I'm thinking that
I'm not talking about the court case.
I'm making a case. If the court, and in some of the cases, the courts have found him in the case that if he was in the country, we arrested, right? So let's say this: the court says that Mr. Moro, you are here again. I'm talking like somebody who doesn't know the law. If the court find you guilty, the first thing that they will arrest you, right? If they will not arrest you and you have come, there will be a bench warrant, or is it a table warrant, whatever warrant for you to be captured, right? That warrant is supposed to be enforced by the state.
Yes.
Let's take it one after that.
Of course.
If you are coming to this country, the government of Ghana knows you are coming in. If there's a warrant for you, immigration services, custom services, all the state intelligence can know you are coming to the country. So, if despite that warrant, if despite all these things against you, you are allowed free passage to come. In fact, even on his way to court, he could have been arrested by the state, right? There are police officers at the court, the same court. Now, if this same man has a free passage, comes in, walks freely to court, has a case and goes out, the state enabled him. The state did. Because a private individual does not have that power, that legal power, that statutory power to allow him a free passage to go. An individual doesn't have a private him. It's only the state that has the power to do that. So if we want somebody who enables that to happen, is the state.
Right.
That's the argument I'm making. It's the state.
But I think I followed that matter not fully, but I read some excerpts of it. I do recall that when Kevin Taylor came to town and he went to court, his matter was heard, and I think it was by 4-1 majority decision, so he was freed.
Yes.
Okay. Then he posted something on his Facebook wall, and it said, in fact, he was even describing persons who had thought that he should be arrested as ignoramus. He said they were ignorant because, according to him, when the Supreme Court made, or when the court, I think it wasn't the Supreme Court, it was the lower courts, when they had made, when they had asked that he should be arrested, apparently he said that he got his lawyers to file a stay of execution of that warrant to be arrested, or that arrest warrant. And that is why he said, according to him, he felt safe and okay to come to this country, and there's no point, as far as his understanding of the law, based on what his lawyers had told him, once a stay of execution had been filed, then he was free to come, to move into this country and move out without anybody arresting him.
That was what. Can you file a stay of execution in perpetuity? Does it have an expiry?
Well, of course it has.
So when was it? See, that I'm saying is that we should.
So we don't need to find out.
No. We cannot take what he said, because I'm making a point. What I know is that a state of execution is not in perpetuity.
Right.
When was it filed? Did it expire? Was it continuously? And that. But again, at the end of the day, the man came inside. This is something I believe that a state of execution has a limit. If not, nobody would go to jail. I could just file a state of execution, and then I would refuse to come to court to defend myself. So if that was the case, how did we end up here? My point is that belittle those two, or put those two together, juxtapose them. You can always find justice and defense for whatever that has happened. So if as a country we have tolerated, stomached the Kevin Taylors for 8 years, why is it that all of a sudden we cannot tolerate Abronye? That is the question I want to ask.
Okay.
If we have the stomach to tolerate Kevin Taylor, if we have stomach to tolerate people who were...
The challenge here is that Kevin Taylor is operating outside of the jurisdiction of this country. And even with that, with persons who have felt slighted by some of the comments he's made. I mean, the likes of is Anan Nkoma and Co, who have actually sued him all the way in America. I don't know what the status of that particular case, but I'm saying that persons who feel that Kevin Taylor has said something about them and they are not happy about it, they filed all kinds of processes in court. Do you get the point I'm trying to make? But the thing about Abronye and David Sanders, that they are here.
Exactly.
So
proximity is now being what? Criminalized.
I hope the impression is not created. The impression is not created as though somebody is picking and choosing. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at the case of Abronye DC, it is a case between him and the judge. And the judge said, you said some things about me I don't like. And so I
don't want to say something about that before a judge takes me. I don't say that.
The only problem.
So after the one, where is that to? Good. Or say, I then na Kevin Taylor dear tem. Ni John Manuko free. Now Abronye de dear tem dear. Yeah, then, yakwachino. So you see, they be a me catch all. They be a me can't how one crofo ye hypocrite. Echrem. Mumbisa Zaato said, wouldn't to meet TV so. And how did you be at time? Did you press the Mama time or NDC mono? At the end of the year, wouldn't me. You people, when you are talking as if say, did you time every one side? So Mukasa to say, a nipa bakuna a diatem. And so Muna we the very people are moody insult about politics mo. Abronye allegations be from President Mahama so to the Jubilee House to Joyce Bauer to whoever in the NDC. While legends and be Abronye abe provi. Abronye be catch say a dental circuit court judge no to on or NDC ni judge wabe provi. Wabe provi sa no Abronye actually evidence to that. You people should stop that comparison. Nipa as say ye punishing pa say a bad their term in our society, in our Ghanaian politics, and wouldn't to me say, Mudding can be as I don't want to me dia term. Ye jao mu free. Yes, because wouldn't to me a regional chairman, wouldn't to me a MPP ni full or ye chairman, wouldn't to me a dim mahama tema no di NDC ni bia tema, or dini pakrona temo NDC dimu. Wouldn't to me dear temno, Zaato antimanko TV sadena wouldn't me dear temako free a yenyanwe. But and they are chia Abronye will be sadden eja Kevin Taylor. Say Kevin Taylor or lawyers. Kevin Taylor lawyers na judge. This Abronye so lawyers bet me to charge now. Why not? It is a see no more concern ye dear. This hypocrisy. You people are making it to look like say I did the attempt for one angle. Me my catch them say I will never sit here and deny say Kevin Taylor and the attempt. Or the attempt he himself was dear to me so dim crofatan. But the kind of hypocrisy mu shower say issues like this bar and ye shima kuma. How are musi portray mu hypocrisy sen some say bar and ye yamiano. Because I don't understand. When did we get here? Where is that?